My husband kept slamming his laptop shut whenever I walked by. We've been married 18 years, and suddenly he was acting like a teenager caught watching porn. Living room, kitchen, bedroom, bam, laptop closed. So fast the hinges probably screamed. At first I thought, okay, maybe he's planning some romantic anniversary surprise. But weeks passed, and the behavior only got weirder. He even installed one of those privacy screens that makes everything invisible unless you're sitting directly in front of it. Real subtle, honey. Then a new browser appeared, some secret-looking app, always full of weather websites, whenever I caught a glimpse. But the late-night typing sessions were what really got to me. 2, 3, 4 a.m., blue glow under our bedroom door, frantic typing that stopped the second I moved. One night, I pretended to be asleep and crept closer. He was whispering as he typed. I heard him say, "Please don't do it," under his breath. My stomach dropped. Gambling? Blackmail? An affair? Something that could blow up our marriage? The next morning, he looked absolutely wrecked. Sunken eyes, thousand-yard stare. Even our daughter asked why Daddy looked sick. His law partners called me at home asking if everything was okay because he'd been falling asleep at his desk. Then I found the sticky note. Throwaway Kid 447 responded. Yesterday's date, throwaway accounts meant hiding something. The username had kid in it, which made it worse. Was my husband talking to children online? If this got out, he'd lose his license, our savings, everything. I went straight for his laptop. Inside a folder labeled taxes was a bookmarked email account. Drafts started with things like, "I know everything feels hopeless, but please wait until tomorrow." Recipients had usernames, ending in things like lost and done. But the spreadsheet was the real gut punch. 47 rows of usernames. Last posted status. Some marked worried, some all good in green. A whole database. My brain filled in the worst possible picture. That night after the kids went to bed, I demanded to know what sick corner of the internet he was living in. He froze, then broke down sobbing harder than I'd ever seen. He opened the laptop. Screen after screen of messages to teenagers on self-harm forums. Kids posting goodbye notes at 2 a.m. My husband sending paragraphs of hotline numbers, resources, his own story about surviving dark thoughts. The spreadsheet tracked whether they kept posting, because when someone went quiet, he couldn't sleep, convinced he'd failed them. My nephew tried to end his life last year. He choked out. First I'd heard of it. He blamed himself for missing, warning signs, and had been patrolling forums like some exhausted guardian angel. I was stunned, ashamed of what I'd assumed, but also proud. He was saving kids in secret because he thought I'd think he was a creep. But a few days later, while he was showering, I checked the spreadsheet again. Half the usernames were created on the same days. Same writing style, same patterns. When I asked him, he sat down on the bed, towel around his waist, looking hollow. There was no nephew. There were no kids. He'd been making the accounts himself, writing suicide notes at midnight, then switching to another account to talk himself back from the edge until dawn. 47 conversations, all with himself.